Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome to another episode of a Weekly Waypoint, today presented to you by a very sleepy, dreary, and slightly snoozy Christian. Today we are playing Forza Motorsport 7 because I was going to boot up Grid, and then I thought maybe I should, switch it up a bit instead of doing Grid for 3 weeks in a row. So this is Forza Motorsport 7, and as I was playing it for the first time in months, I realised that Forza Motorsport 7, shocker, is a better racing game than Grid 2019, but Grid 2019, it's still good. And no, I'm not really shocked. I just kind of, I forgot how Forza Motorsport 7 plays, and it's a lot smoother than Grid. As you may or may not be able to tell, I'm very much in the camp of I do not have a PS5, and I do not want to play Gran Turismo 7 on PS4, so I'm playing through the other sim racing games I have. I've had a pretty sustained week as far as what I've been playing goes. I've still been playing World of Warcraft Classic, been leveling Desmodius. I am actually, in that vein, I got a free server transfer because I was on a very dead realm, and at first I was like, I don't care about server population. And then a whole bunch of people told me, hey, you should probably care about server population. And I went, I don't care, I'm not paying for a thing, and I'm not doing another 6 hours of leveling again. And then they were like, hey, there's a free transfer. I was like, oh damn, so now I'm on Pyrewood Village again. So that's cool. I immediately logged in, saw the very, very busy server, and went, oh hey, maybe I do care about server population, this is kind of nice. But yeah, I've just been steadily leveling Desmodius. He used to be called Desmodian, but sadly that was taken on Byward, so now he's Desmodius, which is fine. I've also been playing more Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm just about at the point where, in fact, I think I'm exactly at the point where I last played up until on PC, so I'm excited to get past that and to start seeing some new story in Assassin's Creed Origins. And because I've been playing so much Origins, I've been feeling the pull of Valhalla for the first time, because obviously I stopped playing that game about halfway through, many months ago, over a year ago now, and I was always intending to get back to it, but I guess I took a little bit longer than I intended. But now I'm finally like, you know what, I'm kind of ready to go back, although I should probably continue with Origins first. Beyond that, I haven't really been playing anything new, so not sure what I'm going to be filling this video with. Hey, there's something I can talk about, The Eternals. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I'm also not going to do a full thoughts on about it, so I'm just going to mention it here. I watched The Eternals this week, at least. I think it was this week. I know I at least didn't talk about it last week. The days all tend to blur together. But I had only heard bad things about this movie, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, if you haven't watched it yet, maybe go and give it a watch, because it's good. It's good stuff. It's obviously not the best Marvel movie out there, because otherwise people wouldn't be talking shit about it. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's probably because it's a bit high concept, and people don't tend to like high concept, which is a shame because I really like high concept stuff. If I ever write anything, it's probably going to be fairly high concept, so hopefully people can forgive me for that. And by high concept, I mean it's not always grounded necessarily. In reality, it's dealing with like stuff about creation and gods and stuff like that. I don't mean like, oh, it's too high concept for you, modern moviegoers to understand. Don't worry, I'm not that person. And it's also not that kind of movie. It's not an intellectual movie. But it's really fun, and I really like the lore that it establishes. I thought it was hilarious how similar that lore is to, I guess that's kind of spoilery, another, I mean, it's been out for a while. It's similar to World of Warcraft's lore. I was like, oh, this one thing about World of Warcraft lore at least is quite unique, because World of Warcraft lore tends to draw from lots of different mythologies. And then I saw this, and I was like, oh, no, they just took that from Marvel Comics from the 60s or whatever, probably, didn't they? But honestly, I feel like I would probably get some shit for saying this, but I enjoyed that movie at least as much as Shang-Chi. I'm not saying it's a better movie, but in terms of my preferences and where my interests lie and what I enjoy watching, I enjoyed them both about the same. Whether that means I enjoyed Shang-Chi less than the average person, or Eternals more than the average person, or maybe a bit of both, I don't know, but I really enjoyed Shang-Chi, and I really enjoyed The Eternals. Go watch The Eternals. I can't believe I waited so long. Because, like, I saw the trailers, and I kind of understood what the concept was, and I remember being excited for it, and being like, wow, this sounds really cool. I'm still not going out to movie theatres personally, so I didn't see it when it came out, otherwise I probably would have. And having not done that, I kind of just heard a lot of it, oh, it's not that good kind of criticism. and took it to heart and was like, oh, bummer, I guess it's kind of a miss. But no, I really enjoyed it. Go watch it. But also keep in mind that a lot of people didn't enjoy it as much, so keep your expectations low. That actually might be why I enjoyed the movie so much. Maybe if I went in expecting this big grand endgame level thing, I would have been disappointed, because it is not a big grand endgame level thing. And in fact, one of the main problems with a movie is that the stuff it deals with kind of is almost endgame level, but it's just not set up in 15 movies like Endgame was. But it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy. I still think Guardians of the Galaxy is probably the better film. I haven't seen it in a while, but it reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy in how it sets up an entirely new corner of the universe, and it's just like, these people are going to go play over in this corner, and this is what they're playing. Looks like that's a weird analogy, but okay. And I come away from it with a whole new kind of like chapter of the MCU to keep in mind. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to more Eternals. Let's do a quick channel update in the middle of this video, because that's a good way to get information out about the channel. All I'm really going to say is the weekly Adventures in Eorzea series, which has been going on for so long, is going to go on hiatus as of next week, because a lot of the content which I explore in the game from back in January when I recorded it is very unfortunately similar to some of the events happening in the real world right now, and I kind of feel like for the same reason that Nintendo are delaying Advance Wars 1 and 2, I should probably delay this, even though it's probably not really going to matter to anyone. Like, a couple of people watch it. I hope those people aren't too bummed out about it going on break, but I will do my best to make sure that when it comes back it will be more than once a week, so that I can kind of like throw out the last few Endwalker videos. How many Endwalker videos are left? I don't know. I thought, oh, I'm probably like 3 or 4 videos away from the end, because I didn't play too much after I finished this story. And then I looked at my files and I have 732 files, and I tend to average about 70 files per like 20-minute video, so I guess that tells you I'm probably like 6 or 7 videos away from mending it. By the time I've done all of that, I'll probably be playing the fucking game again, won't I? But either way, I'm a little bummed out about delaying it, but I'm also not comfortable putting it out, you know, with the scenes and the emotions depicted about the horrors of war and the ruined city and stuff. I'm being vague so I don't give spoilers, but you know, all that kind of stuff they get into in Endwalker. I'm sure anyone who's played it right now is going, ah, yeah. In the meantime, I have plenty of gameplay videos to make. It will actually probably provide a good opportunity for me to get through some of the other content. One of my big concerns with how I handle stuff on this channel is I don't upload videos in chronological order, so I have clips of videos from like over a year ago, well, maybe not over a year ago, but you know what I mean, like it gets that bad sometimes. I don't know that I'll ever fully catch up with my editing, but the bite-sized videos are an attempt at that, so, you know, maybe expect a few more of those. There's going to be a lot of World of Warcraft coming up, if you're wondering what's next. I also need to finish the Pokemon Legends Arceus gameplay videos. There should be about 2 more parts of that. A quick aside, this track, Rio de Janeiro, I'm not sure I've ever raced it before, because I don't remember it at all, and it's gorgeous, and it's probably my favourite track in the game, so there's that. Then again, this looks familiar, this little raceway here by the water, so maybe I've just done a different layout, I don't know. This is when you go to the previous Forza Motorsport 7 weekly waypoint and you're like, oh, he raced this exact track last time, he's just got a shit memory. One thing I will say about this game over Grid as well, obviously it's a better game, but I prefer the tracks in it quite a lot. Like, they seem longer, they're obviously prettier, and they just, I don't know, they just, Grid's tracks feel very samey to me. Like, I kind of have trouble differentiating them between them because I don't really pay attention to the names of the tracks at the start. But I feel like in Forza Motorsport 7, I remember the different tracks, even though I've just disproved that by saying I don't remember Rio de Janeiro. Actually, real quick, let's talk about Gamerscore, because I've been a little bit bugged lately that I've not perfected a game on Xbox yet. I don't have a single 1000 out of 1000 Gamerscore game. I have games which are over 1000 Gamerscore, but that's because it's either Halo the Master Chief Collection or something like Forza Horizon 4, which has like 2500 Gamerscore or something absurd. Actually, I think it's more like 3000 something Gamerscore. And obviously Gamerscore isn't something that's going to interest everybody. People who don't care about achievements tend to think that people who do care about them because they think it's like, oh yeah, look, I did this and you didn't, blah blah blah. It's really not about that at all. It's more of a completionist kind of a drive, at least for me, and I think for a lot of other people too. It's just satisfying to complete a game and see it in your library completed and just be like, I had a really good experience completing that game. I've got a few platinums on PS4, which I like that. Well, I guess just the Sony systems in general. I think I've got like 13 platinums, but I don't have a single 1,000-point or perfected game on Xbox yet, and it's bugging me, and I know why. It's because Xbox have Game Pass, and I keep getting distracted, and they also have really good backwards compatibility as well. It's actually probably a good thing that I haven't perfected a single game on Xbox, because it means I've just been using my time playing way more different games that I would never have been able to otherwise. But I really do want to get into perfecting some games soon, so I'm working through Assassin's Creed Origins, and you might think that's quite a big one to start with, but one of my platinums is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I've kind of been there before, and I feel like I can do it again. I can't remember if I mentioned this on the previous Weekly Waypoint. I did mention it in my Xbox All Access Adventure blog post, which I put out a couple of days ago, but I was trying to perfect LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga before LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga came out, and I was on track for doing that. I finished my free play playthrough, which would be the second playthrough for those who have never played LEGO games, where, you know, you can just swap between any character, solve all the puzzles in a level, use it to like collect all the mini kits, get the gold bricks, get the red bricks, stuff like that. And I was like, cool, I have perfected this game. No, I haven't. There are still achievements. What's this? Oh, 100% the game? What do I need to do for that? Oh, I need to get every blue mini kit, which is just get every mini kit, but you have a time limit to do it in every single level. Oh, and you want me to do every single super story, which is playing through every level in an episode within a specific time limit in story mode. That's 2 more playthroughs. That is so much work. And the worst part is I'm not even guaranteed to get the 100% achievement at the end of it, because one of the characters I unlocked is actually a vehicle, Sebulba's Pod Racer. For some reason does not show up as unlocked in the free play screen when I'm selecting the vehicles, and therefore it's bugged, and I don't know if it's going to contribute to the overall completion of the game, and I wouldn't know if it did until the very end, because there's no like percentage calculator or anything like that available. So I'd potentially be putting in like as much work as I've already put into that game to not be able to get the achievement anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna perfect that game, at least not for now. I'm gonna have a break from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga to recharge my LEGO Star Wars batteries before the Skywalker Saga comes out, which, if you haven't been keeping up, is my most anticipated game of the year, and was before Pokemon Legends Arceus even came out. I'm also streaming Assassin's Creed 1. I'm going to be trying to stream through the entire Assassin's Creed series over at twitch.tv/Kritigri, and you can find the VODs over on Kritigri Live. There is a link in my channel banner to it. And I've already fumbled for the perfection of Assassin's Creed 1 as well, because there's an achievement to have every dialogue with Lucy, and I missed the first ones, and you can't go back and listen to those in the same save file. You have to start an entirely new save file again. You can't just do it between 2 different save files. You have to do it all over again. So I'm not perfecting Assassin's Creed 1 either. And to be honest, I'd rather stray away from perfecting games I've already perfected in the past as well. So I'm not going to be jumping into Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed Odyssey for perfection either. Now you might be thinking, Christian, there's tons of games you can get an easy 1000 Gamerscore in. I don't want to like buy a game just for Gamerscore. I'm sure there's some on Game Pass. I really want it to be like, especially since it's my first completion, I really want it to be a game that kind of matters to me. So at the minute I'm thinking if it's not Assassin's Creed Origins, it will probably be LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, depending on how its achievements are. And one last thing about the Complete Saga I forgot to mention as well. I did get a multiplayer achievement. I always played with a public lobby, but no one ever joined me, so I assumed that meant it was only public to friends. But luckily, just like on my second to last play session, someone did actually join my play session, and we got the co-op level achievement together, which was a relief. Because even if I'm not going to perfect that game anytime soon, I don't have to worry about the servers being taken offline. Unlike with Forza Motorsport 7, where there's lots of online multiplayer achievements. One of which, by the way, is to start an online race full of 24 people in position 24 and finish in first. 0.03% of players have achieved this. that is the frustrating thing about perfecting games. It feels like there is always one achievement which is like the fly in the ointment, but the way I'm looking at it is I'm going to try and overlook it like while I do the other achievements, and then maybe try for it at the end, but like if not, at least like get more completion in games. It doesn't always have to be 100%. I want to have some like 95% complete games, because you know it contributes to your overall gamer score, and it's just, like I said, just fun, just satisfying to get achievements. So yeah, that's my ramble about achievement collecting, achievement hunting. I hope you didn't mind. I didn't really have anything too specific to talk about this week, so I thought I would shed some light on a personal topic instead of like a reflection of how my week's been, because my week's been fine. It's been pretty much the same as last week. You know, the world's on fire and I'm burying my head in video games, so I'm pretty sure that's where we're all at right now. One last thing I will mention at the end of a video, freaking itch.io has an amazing bundle of like, I think it's like 6,000 games with like $1,000 worth or more of value, and you can buy it for like, I think like $10, and all proceeds go to a charity which is helping Ukrainian people who are fleeing. So do that, go buy that bundle, you know, or if you don't want games, go donate somewhere else. And you know, it's not like I really have much of an audience to point at people and say go donate to Ukraine. I'm sure at this point it's all crossed our minds. I kind of still need to do it, to be honest. As much as like I'm so like personally emotionally invested in what's going on, I still have yet to go and do that. I'm gonna go do that right after I end recording, actually. But if you weren't aware that that bundle exists, I'm not sure it's up for too much longer, so go grab it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a fantastic week. Let's both agree to meet back here next week and discuss what we've been up to, okay? Well, I'll probably do most of a discussion, but that's neither here nor there.